A year ago, I transferred to LMU, and it was the best decision I ever made. I spent my freshman year at another four-year university feeling lost and unstable and confused. I did my best to make it work. I got a job, I made a lot of friends, but something always felt like it was missing. College is what you make it, says someone who's never been at a university and knew they belonged somewhere else. I didn't know where I was going to end up, but I did know one thing, that I needed to make a change. Amidst the excitement, change, and transitions that came from the idea of transferring to a new college, I couldn't help but feel hesitant. People grow to love their college, right? Even if it wasn't their first choice. I didn't know whether I should stay stagnant or take the hard process. Did I still believe that the grass could be greener on the other side? Social media also convinced me that everyone loved their college and I was the only one who didn't. It felt very isolating, even though I knew that people transfer all the time. In fact, according to the NSC Research Center, 1.2 million students transferred to new institutions in the fall of 2024, and 21% of the incoming fall of 2025 class at LMU were transfers. After many summer coffee catch-ups and starting orientation, I learned just how many friends and students were going through the exact same situation as me. Even though I was transferring for a new start, I realized that there's a million different reasons as to why people were transferring from four-year schools or community college.
I got into Syracuse University, and then I ended up there for 2 years, and I felt like maybe I should be closer to Hollywood if I want to do what I want to do, if I want to continue. So I applied here as a transfer student, end of my sophomore year, and I got in. So I came as a junior transfer.
I didn't actually go to college right away. I took like a gap year and just tried to figure things out. And then I went to SMC, did about 3 years there, trying to figure things out as well. I applied to LMU, I got in, so then I actually did more research on it, and I found their screenwriting program actually exactly what I needed.
Initially, I only wanted to go to El Camino for 1 year, but I ended up going for 2.5 because I didn't ask enough questions. Both my El Camino counselors and my LMU counselors of connecting, making sure I needed to take like the proper courses. I took a lot of courses I didn't necessarily need to take or in like the wrong order. The community college aspect kind of like got into me a little bit, and I wasn't taking school maybe as seriously as I am now here at LMU.
I'm an international student, so I had to transfer my visa, so like I had to let the DHS Department of Homeland Security know that I'm transferring, and I had to go through the international services in my old school in Syracuse, and then I had to contact LMU, the OISS, so it was pretty complicated per se, I guess more than a regular transfer student.
After countless applications, playing ping pong and emails with admissions counselors, and a gap semester abroad, I was finally set to start at LMU in the spring of 2025. Coming to LMU meant I had a whole new world to build. It also meant that I had a new label to identify with, transfer student. Nothing about my college experience had been conventional thus far, having transferred in halfway through my sophomore year instead of the standard fall of your junior year. Instead of those freshman jitters of eagerness to meet new people, I had fear that everyone already had their established groups, that maybe there wasn't going to be room for one more. The first day of my new life was just a random Monday in January for everyone else. I couldn't help but feel like I was still missing out on some big introduction to the community. It felt like I had to race to catch up to my peers and make sure that I was making the most out of these next 2 years I had.
And well, yes, there is like a big yacht party for all the transfer students in the fall that you and I did miss, and I am a little salty about that. There's still like all kinds of really cool stuff that happens in the spring, and LMU is like a full year-long thing. And I feel like all the cool stuff that you missed in the last fall, you make up for in the next fall that you're there.
I would say definitely it doesn't feel the same as if you were a freshman, because you want to do everything that a freshman does, like meet people, like do networking.
But for me and many others, taking that leap and getting involved is when things really started to click into place.
It's crazy how fast you become like a really big part of the community here at LMU. It's cool. I've been doing this now in the transfer office for I think over a year and a half, and so I've seen students that were at community colleges or even done different four-year schools and then have gone through the full transfer process, and then now they're on my team with me.
Community college, it's very I would go to class, shut up, go home, wouldn't really talk to anyone, so this is like a whole new experience.
I always have a sense of urgency in that way, so I would say coming here, I was definitely more on top of my game, because I don't have much time left here, and I only had 2 years here, so I try to make the most out of it, you know, in the 2 years that I'm here.
I've seen people transfer from community colleges, and they've like become like presidents of like RSOs here, and they're like so well established. It's like a really cool experience to be able to be even a small part of their process and getting adjusted to LMU.
Over the last year, I've realized that the transfer experience doesn't have to be so much different from everyone else's. I no longer solely identify with that label, and people just know me for me, Reese, an LMU student. College, and life for that matter, are not linear experiences. Just because transferring was the best possible decision that I could have made to get myself to a point where I finally feel like I can thrive, doesn't mean that that's going to work for everyone. Two people are going to have completely different college experiences, even if they live on the same campus. But what I do urge is, no matter where you're at in the process of life, to remember the opportunities that surround you, whether to help yourself or to help other people.
Everyone has their own path at their own time, and give yourself a little grace.
No one path is linear, but our outlook and our decisions is what will shape our experiences.